difference between getting a project or not getting a project is just this: how well did you tell the story? So how do we tell a compelling non-profit story? What are the things that one needs to keep in mind? It appears very simple, but is it simple enough? It is an ancient art. हम लोग बड़े हुए हैं बहुत पुरानी कथाएं सुन के, कहानियां सुन के. रामायण महाभारत 2 हमारे एपिक स्टोरीज है, माइथोलॉजिकल है, लेकिन स्टोरीज है. और आपको जानकर ये आश्चर्य होगा कि रामायण और महाभारत ज्यादातर it has been transmitted orally. Somebody told the story to someone else, that person told the story to someone else, and that is how the entire story is carried on from ancient ages. It was only a few hundred years ago that the book was written properly. But usse bhi pehle, whenever the story started, it was initially just an oral medium of telling the story. But imagine how compelling the storytelling was in those times, कि आज तक हम लोग उसको याद करते हैं और उसकी मिसाल देते हैं. We give examples from these mythological stories. So that is the kind of compelling storytelling that we need, even for telling our stories from the NGOs. It's a basic human instinct. When somebody comes back from office and the child asks, how was your day? The way you're telling how your day was is a story. You're telling the story. Of course, you may be tired and say, just it was good. Or you may be excited and say, this happened during my day. So that is also, it's a basic, nobody has taught anybody storytelling. It's a basic human instinct that we have and that we, communicate. It is everywhere, irrespective of class, creed. I believe it's one of the strong, anybody can tell a story provided they keep certain good points in mind, which we will discuss. And it's all around us, everywhere. Storytelling is also life-changing. I'm sure you have come across stories which you are carrying with you all through life. Sometimes we look back and I think of stories I had heard in childhood, human stories, and that has stuck with me. Oh, that thing happened to that person. I was not there to see what happened. I heard the story from someone, but that person whom I heard it from told it in such a nice manner that it still remains with me. I'm sure you all have, such experiences with you as well. So it is a life-changing experience. Storytelling is indeed a life-changing experience. So if I have to look at just the definition per se, that it is actually it is an interactive activity. It involves the exchange of information, experiences, past knowledge from someone who's telling the story. The person who's telling the story is the storyteller, and there is an audience who's receiving this story. So there are two components involved here. One is the storyteller. Second is your audience who is getting the story. Sometimes we are telling a story at the wrong time. So suppose our donor is traveling and we are taking him to a village, and suppose we are going to show him how much work has happened regarding, girl child education. But you also have a nice story of one of your team members who had a lot of difficulty in reaching the school, and kitni mushkile aayi usko. So while you are on the topic of girl child education, suddenly you feel, acha, ye to mera team ka hai, I have to highlight this person's achievement, and then you talk about that person's achievement. So even the timing is very important. On how, in my opinion, how you tell your story is perhaps more important than what you're telling in the story. Things that can ruin storytelling. Matlab, there are some things which actually just make everything challenging, but as far as storytelling is concerned. Number one is complexity. So do not make it complex. Complexity, using jargons, using complicated terms, they really spoil the story. As far as all stakeholders are concerned, not just the donor, not just the person we are asking funds from. Even when we are speaking to a government official, or we are talking to a teacher or a student, the moment we start making it complex, we have lost that audience. So complexity is something that we all need to keep in mind. You have to make it a human story, not a superhuman achievement story. So it is like something that, okay, you have faced challenges. There are challenges on the ground. Please talk about the challenges. This is what we began with, and these were the challenges faced. Do not make it like one person came and Superman came and rescued the entire community. So that is also not fair on the community. The community was doing good in itself. There were certain pockets which were not good, and the NGO has stepped in to work with them and resolve those issues. So always the story has to kind of be in a setting which looks achievable, which looks compelling. Compelling ka kya matlab hai? Compelling means where you are persuaded to believe in it, So basically the storytelling, the objective of storytelling is to convince the listener or convince the person who is listening to a story and is going to act on our story, that we have done good work on the ground and that we need X resources to carry this good work ahead. Be very clear. Talk about all the big picture. All the components should be addressed in that. Do not over sanitize. We make it look very clean, nice and clean. This we have come and done, and this is how everybody has benefited from it. That looks over sanitized from the perspective of stakeholders. They know. They are people who've been in the industry for long, so they know. We try to give it a perfect ending. That is another challenge that ruins storytelling. When we say, okay, this was done and all problems solved. Sometimes it is not like that. Some problems are solved, some problems continue, and for the next year perhaps, or for the next project, you can say, okay, we solved ABC, but we also need to solve DEF. So, now next time on, my story is going to tell you how we have solved this, but we've realized there are two, three more things that need to be worked upon. That is a perfectly honest and perfectly good way to tell the story, tell them how it is. So, it's not like ABC solved means everything solved. So that can ruin storytelling. And the last and perhaps a very important part of the challenges is sometimes we use the organization's lens too much, over the human lens. So instead of making it a human story, we make it into an organization story. So my organization does this, my organization does that, this organization is the best organization. Good, very good. The organization is very good. But storytelling requires a human component. What is a human component? This team member from my organization, he had to reach the school and he realized that he has to cross a seasonal river. And he came there and he realized the river was actually flowing, in full spate. So he could not cross. Then he went back to the village and they helped him cross the river. So he had to carry his content on his head while he was crossing the river. And then he reached the school. He did not want to let the children down. He had told them that, he will come back and he will teach. So the children are waiting for him. That was his motivation. So now when you're telling this story, you are talking about this person belonging to the organization only. That is my team member. So I belong to an organization which has such excellent human beings, human team members around us. So you're talking about the organization, but you're using the human lens. So the human lens is the empathy, is the caring, is the touching part of telling the story, A small storytelling checklist with us. I think we can hear from all of you about some stories that you told and that you felt were well received. When we tell a story, we get to know कि अच्छा ये तीर निशाने पे लगी या नहीं लगी. So we know, okay, we wanted to communicate this. Has it been communicated or has it not been communicated? So these are, first thing about the story checklist is ensure that the story makes the other person feel something. Maybe anger, maybe happiness, maybe satisfaction, maybe, sadness, grief, anything, but it has to make the other person feel, not make you feel more about the story. Of course, when we tell the story, we have to keep the emotions in check as well. But always keep in mind that the person we are talking to, they should be able to feel the story. It's not just the words, it's the feeling that gets communicated. So stories work when they make us feel. It's a we story. There are so many people working together. You are part of an organization, and that organization is a group of people. So I could go to the village because my organization had a project with that particular community, and my organization trained me, and my organization told me what is to be done on the ground. So I could go to the ground and talk about it, So instead of using the word I, in fact, in any sphere in our lives, always try to use the word we more than I. I feel is, sometimes it takes away from the good work that is happening. Stories should start with a beginning. It should have little bit of the challenges which were there in the, before the work started on the ground. It should have, the bigger part is about the work that has happened on the ground, some of the hurdles that were faced while the work was happening on the ground, and then conclude it by saying, okay, this is what we set out to do, this is what we achieved on the ground, and this is what we plan to do ahead. So it is about how you structure the way you're going to tell the story. That is also important. It is about the way you speak. Okay, if I just say stories work when they make us feel, a good story is a we story, not I story, not just about what we say, but how we say it. That's not interesting. That is not going across to you the way I want it to go across to you, right? So it's about feel it. I'm very excited about this. I want to communicate that excitement. Okay, this is going to have a good impact with the people who are listening to this webinar. So for me, it's very exciting that I'm able to share my experiences with you. And that is how I would like to communicate. So it's not just about what we say. What we say is also important. Our friend in the beginning, he said, sometimes the wrong way of telling a story is to tell lies. Sometimes they make up stuff or they can lead to confusion. So what we say is also important, but how we say it, perhaps, in my opinion, would be more important. So when you tell your story, know who are the other people working in that area. And this is particularly specific to NGOs. Know who all are working. Know your battleground. What is the battleground you're working in? What are the challenges on the battleground? And the more we talk to other organizations, we realize at the end of the day, they are also wanting to do some good. We are also wanting to do some good, and they will have some challenges they have identified. We will have some challenges we have identified. And when we speak more, when we talk more, we will know a better way of finding a solution. So whenever you have your story to tell, okay, this is the work we have done, benchmark it against the best in the market. So when I'll give you an example. So I'll say, I'll go back to the girl child education story, for example. I'll say, I changed the lives of 5 people, 5 girls who are coming from underprivileged or underserved community in the area. And I put in my resources and I put the team there, and we changed, these 5 girls have now actually started reading more. And now that person listens to another story from another organization where that another organization is able to tell that, we have changed the lives of 5,000 girls in the city or in that area, in that particular area. So 5,000 girls, and this is how we did it. We reached out to their families, we spoke to them, we realized that only telling them in the school is not enough, we have to reach out to the families. So we spoke to them, we called in Gram Sabhas and we talked about why education is important. We got the girls back to the school, then the teachers were trained to ensure that the girls don't drop out again. What are the 5 things that had led to them dropping out earlier? This is what we did. So now the story, this guy who had done the work with 5 children and the other organization which has done the work with 5,000 children, is telling the story better. So you have benchmarked and you are trying to tell a story without knowing that right in the vicinity, there's another organization who's doing so much more. So always have that benchmark. Benchmark means to peg it at a certain level that, okay, I am here, but my, compatriots or the other organizations who are working here are also here. And then your story becomes much more compelling, much more believable. Oh, so this is how it is happening with them. This is how it is happening with us. Last but not the least, build your vocabulary. Know the terms to be used. What is this? Okay, this is the roadmap, for example. This is the roadmap we have for the next few years. Say it's a 5-year project. So for the next 5 years, my roadmap is going to be this. When we are talking about evaluation, for example, so there is monitoring and evaluation, there is monitoring and learning that is happening. What is the project governance? What is project governance? The vocabulary, the term means, how do you monitor your project? Simple. What is the governance structure? So you have a lead in there, you have 3 people reporting to the lead, and then you have 5 more people each reporting to each of the managers in between. So that's the project governance structure. Every week we have a daily checklist, or we have a rubric, or we have a tracker. So have your vocabulary ready. Whenever we are telling a story, one second. Yeah. So the audience deserves the second version of the story the first time. This is your key takeaway. This is the key takeaway for this session today. That the audience deserves the second version. Whenever we say the second version, it will be better than the first version. Our third version will be better than the first and second version, maybe, So every time, but then we are not going to get the audience again and again. We have that one chance to impress our audience. So the audience deserves the second version of the story the first time. The first time they are hearing us, our story should be practiced so much that when we are telling them the story, in my practice, it might be the 50th version. But when I'm telling that to the audience, it is their first version. That is the first time they're listening to my story. So they deserve a practiced version. They don't deserve the first time, okay, I'm just thinking of the story while I'm talking to them. So that is the point of this activity. The audience deserves the second version of the story the first time they meet you. Okay, now we come to, some of the points on how you can tell your story. Consider your audience. Who is the audience? Are you talking to children? Are we talking to parents? Are we talking to communities, women, stakeholders, donors? Who is the audience? Choose a framework which will relate to the audience, that the audience can understand. Identify the message that you want to impart. We should not talk about 20 things. Pick up those 3 points or 2 points or 4 points and say, this is my message. This is what I want to leave the audience with. I want to leave a message with the audience, or ye wo message hoga. Select a flow in the story. As in before the activity started, or before you start planning something for that place, what is the situation before that? What are the problems before you enter? During, as in once you're doing the project, then what are the things you need to keep in mind? And the post, that after doing this, these are our expected outcomes. This is how success will look like. This is what will happen to this community after we complete this project. So there is a where you can point out, okay, in this particular domain, if you're taking education, so these are the current situation. It is there, the situation analysis you can do. You can say what are the problems there. During is, okay, to address these problems, these are the activities we will do. And post is when you say, okay, once we have done the activity, this is the outcome. So the story should have a good flow to it. Find inspiration in your real life. Whatever experiences you've had, as we talked about it earlier, it has to be the human connect. Use a human lens to share your experiences, not just the organizations. They have to be related experiences, and they have to be evidence-based. Evidence-based means actually it would have happened on the ground. It is not something made up in thin air. Then substantiate with visual impact. Pictures speak the loudest. I'm sure you all know that. So use pictures of the community. You can use graphs, you can use case studies, you can use audio nowadays, a person talking about it, audio visuals, anything, reels. Nowadays, reels are so common. Use that. Substantiate with visual impact. So as much as visual impact as we can show, the better your story is told. And like the last exercise that we did, practice the storytelling. No matter how experienced we are, no matter how many years of experience we have, practice is most important. Always know that the key takeaway for this, the audience deserves the practiced version the first time. So you have to practice it more and more before we present it in front of an audience. Practice is critical. It's not that storytelling, hey, I will go and tell the story. Of course, we are all good storytellers, no two ways about it. But we must know what we need to tell this particular audience and how we need to say it. So that can come only through practice. Some of the don'ts that you need to keep in mind, don't assume that you don't have storytelling capabilities. Some people come to us and say, can you tell my story? This is the work we have done on the ground. It's not everybody can know, everybody can tell their story. They are the people who have done the work on the ground. We can empower you. We can facilitate, we can train, we can give you an opportunity ki kahan pe aapko story bolni hai. That we can do. Storytelling, everybody can do. We have it in each one of us to tell memorable stories. The second don't give yourself a starring role. ये शोले पिक्चर नहीं है कि starring Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmender. Yes. The star here perhaps would be the community. The star here is the people, the stakeholders who have actually imbibed the impact that we started to achieve on the ground. So the starring role should not be given to the storyteller. I have done this. This is my achievement. मैं नहीं होता तो ये तो कुछ भी नहीं हो पाता. That is not the right way of storytelling. That we realized when we saw that slide that it can ruin storytelling. It can really dilute all the hard work that the people have done on the ground. And do not overwhelm your story with unnecessary details. Stick to the script. That happens when you practice a lot. You have your pointers ready with you. Okay, these are the 5 things I will cover. Let me not go and tell 10 things. The person who is receiving the story is going to get totally confused. What is this? ये अच्छा girl child education में काम कर रहे हैं या फिर कम्युनिटी डेवलपमेंट में काम कर रहे हैं या फिर स्टोरी में अगर 5 चीजें और हमने डाल दी तो वो ओवरवेलमिंग हो जाता है. People do not know what to keep. So like we said in the first point, choose a framework that will resonate with your audience. So choose that framework and identify your message very, very carefully. Keep your points handy. Okay, these are the 3 points that I will talk about, because by these 3 points, how do you choose those 3 points? What is it that you're expecting from the listener? If you're expecting funds, you know exactly which 2 points or 3 points to cover. Okay, these 3 points will require this much of resources, and that is why this is my story, right? If you're expecting impact, for example, when we tell our stories to children, or when we tell any story in the community, sometimes we want them to know that okay, this has happened in other communities, so your community can also do it. It is not such a big challenge. So if you're wanting to leave an impact, choose accordingly, which is the message you want to keep. So, and keeping your audience in mind. Are we talking to children, stakeholders, peers? Who? Do not overwhelm the story with unnecessary details. So that is from my side. A good way to do that usually is to conduct a nice, neutral, objective research in the locality where you're working. It's good to do a situational analysis, a SITAN, and understand, okay, these are what are the challenges that the community faces. The community will be honest. They will come to you and they will help you prioritize. They will tell you, हमें ये 5 चीजों में प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन नंबर 1 प्रॉब्लम ये है, नंबर 2 प्रॉब्लम ये है. So you can do a small research in your area and you can identify your vertical. That because sometimes we go and in all good intentions we are trying to achieve something, and the community also will have some feedback to give us. So that can be a good way of identifying or prioritizing the verticals.